Former Chargers running back LaDainian Tomlinson, a four-time first-team All-Pro selection who rushed for 13,684 yards, was one of 5 modern-era players voted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame on Saturday. Joining Tomlinson were two-time MVP quarterback Kurt Warner, longtime Dolphins defensive end Jason Taylor, Broncos all-time leading rusher Terrell Davis and 5-time All-Pro kicker Morten Andersen. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones made the Hall as a contributor, and Kenny Easley, the hard-hitting, versatile safety for the Seahawks during the 1980s, made it as a seniors committee candidate. The class of 2017 will be enshrined August 5 in Canton, Ohio. The 5 modern-era selections were chosen from a list of 15 finalists. A panel of 46 media members and 2 current Hall of Famers, James Lofton and Dan Fouts, trimmed that list to 10 and then 5 Saturday. At that point, the remaining 5 were then voted in on a yes or no basis. Among those not to make the final cut were receivers Isaac Bruce and Terrell Owens, who later took to Twitter to vent about the process, tackles Joe Jacoby and Tony Boselli, center Kevin Mully, guard Alan Faneca, cornerback Ty Law, and safety John Lynch, the new general manager of the 49ers. Former Commissioner Paul Tagliabue, a polarizing candidate due in part to controversial comments he made about concussions in 1994, also had been nominated as a contributor but did not receive enough votes for enshrinement. In 9 years with the Chargers, then 2 with the Jets, Tomlinson reset the template for what had been known as a scat back. At 5'10", he proved someone of his size and speed could be a game-changer and not merely a change of pace back. As dangerous catching the ball, 4,772 career yards, as he was running it, 13,684, in 2003 LT became the first player to rush for 1,000 yards and catch 100 passes. He was hard to keep out of the end zone, too. His 31 touchdowns in 2006 are still the record. He finished his career with 145 touchdowns, not counting the 7 he threw on halfback options. Tomlinson's victory shed a glimmer of light on a dark year for San Diego fans. The city lost its team to Los Angeles but gained a Hall of Famer. Those fans there inspired me to run harder, to dig deeper in times when I was tired in the fourth quarter and didn't think I had anything left, Tomlinson said. Warner's heyday was 1999 to 2001 with the Rams, whose offense was known as the greatest show on turf. Warner quit his job bagging groceries, first for a stint in the Arena League, then landed in the NFL after getting a tryout with St. Louis. An injury to Trent Green thrust Warner into the lineup for 1999. Coach Dick Vermeil cried when he lost his supposed star quarterback. But he ended up with another. Warner went on to win 2 overall MVPs and 1 at the Super Bowl to close the 1999 season, when the Rams captured their only Lombardi trophy. The 1999 and 2000 teams are still among the top 10 in most points scored in league history. You've got to remember, he was crying at the time, because he didn't believe it either, Warner said. We all had dreams. We all believed big things. We all expected greatness from ourselves. But I never would have expected 99. Davis was a 6th-round pick out of Georgia in 1995 who caught Broncos coach Mike Shanahan's eye with a big hit on special teams in a preseason game. Davis became the starting tailback, and from 1996 to 98 he complemented John Elway, helping the Broncos to 45 victories and finally pushing Elway over the top with 2 Super Bowl titles. In 1998, Davis became the 4th runner to surpass 2,000 yards, finishing with 2,008. Davis suffered a career-changing knee injury in 1999 while making a tackle after an interception and played only 17 more games before retiring in 2001. His 78 career games spanned 7 seasons, meaning Davis lasted the same number of years as Hall of Fame runner Gale Sayers, who is often held up as Exhibit A when voters debate short bursts of greatness versus longevity. I really thought that there's no way they're going to put 2 backs in the same class, especially a guy that was a first-ballot Hall of Famer versus a special circumstance guy like me, Davis said. I thought that's what they saw me as. When I got the knock, obviously I was shocked. On the other end of the spectrum was Andersen, the kicker who lasted 25 seasons, played in 382 games and scored 2,544 points for 5 teams. He is the all-time leading scorer for both the Saints and the Falcons and was among the first to make the 50-plus yard field goal routine. His 40 kicks of 50-plus yards were the most in NFL history at his retirement. Andersen is the second player to make the Hall of Fame strictly as a place kicker, joining Janston Ehret. Taylor was Defensive Player of the Year in 2006 with 13 sacks and finished his 15-year career, most of them with the Dolphins, with 139 sacks, 8 interceptions, and 29 fumble recoveries. To say that I'm elated is an understatement, he said. This whole experience has been humbling, but today, to get that knock on the door and be welcomed into the most sacred and prestigious fraternity in our game? I'm almost at a loss for words. And to share this moment with my sons has made me as proud and as honored as I've ever been. Easley was a 5-time Pro Bowl selection whose career lasted only 7 seasons because of kidney issues. He was the NFL's Defensive Player of the Year in 1984. Jones' $1.2 billion stadium, dubbed Jerry World, set the standard for stadiums to follow it in New Jersey, the Bay Area, Minneapolis, Atlanta and, eventually, Los Angeles. He brokered TV and marketing deals that have helped turn the league into a $13 billion a year business, all the while keeping a steady and, some might agree, entertaining presence in front of the TV cameras. I never thought this was possible, because first of all, right off the bat, I was just trying to breathe and survive. Seriously, Jones said. Of course, the NFL, we had very contentious times early and, of course, competing with other teams, but the respect I had for the people that had gone before me in the NFL kept me from thinking I could walk with them. Jones' Cowboys have won 3 Super Bowls in his tenure, and he has been a driving voice in the league's marketing efforts and growth since he purchased the team in 1989.